Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Episode 23, Latin Words in English, Part 2. Welcome to Part 2 of Latin Words and Phrases in English. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing many words, phrases, idioms, etc. Did I say etc.? That's one of the phrases that we're going to talk about in this episode. So let's get going. Caveat emptor. C-A-V-E-A-T. E-M-P-T-O-R. Buyer beware. What businesses say to protect themselves from consumer lawsuits over defective products or services. Many of the consumer organizations, consumer awareness groups also highlight this. Buyer beware. Here's how it's used in a sentence. To your charge that I sold you a car whose engine had been replaced with one from a 1956 Edsel, I reply, caveat emptor. Circa, around or about. C-I-R-C-A, circa, generally used to qualify a date that is not specifically known. Cum laude, C-U-M-L-A-U-D-E, with praise. An academic degree that is taken cum laude indicates a high level of performance on the part of the degree holder. Here's an example. I don't feel formal education is especially important. It's true, I have a cum laude undergraduate degree from Harvard and a master's and doctorate from Yale, but I hardly ever mention them. Curriculum vitae. C-U-R-R-I-C-U-L-U-M, V-I-T-A-E, also known as a CV, a summary of one's academic and professional career and achievements. In academic circles, the equivalent of a resume. We have an open position for Professor of Philosophy, and Dr. Smith of Princeton has been good enough to send me his curriculum vitae, along with a letter of application for the post. De facto, D-E-F-A-C-T-O, means in fact. De facto is a Latin phrase that literally translated means of fact. Nowadays, it is used to highlight something that is simply a fact, or someone who holds the position, with or without the right to do so. So in a sentence you would say, she was the de facto leader of the book club. Ergo, E-R-G-O. It means therefore. Its origins, ergo as we know it is derived from the same word in Latin, which means therefore. Here's an example. I worked out at the gym for 2 hours this morning. Ergo, I deserve that piece of cake. Etc. It means and other things, and can be abbreviated to etc. period. Its roots. This one is a combination of two Latin words. Et meaning and plus cetera, which means the rest. Here's an example in a sentence. When you go camping, you need a sleeping bag, tent, camp stove, etc. One mistake to avoid is not to use etc. when you use it with people's names. It's only used for things. Ex libris. from the library, or from the library of. This is a common phrase found on book plates, the little stickers you put in the front of a book to claim it's yours, and is followed by the owner's name. Ex libris, Peter Archer, and the meaning is not to be removed by anyone else. Facsimile, F-A-C-S-I-M-I-L-E. It means an identical copy, also can be abbreviated to fax, F-A-X. Its roots come from two words, fac, F-A-C, the imperative form of facere, which means make, and simile, which is like or similar. Here it is in a sentence. You don't need to provide the original copy of your birth certificate, but you should send us a facsimile of our records. Habeas corpus, H-A-B-E-A-S, C-O-R-P-U-S, habeas corpus. Literally, you may have the body. The legal action by which somebody is released from custody if a judge decides there is not enough evidence to hold him or her. Although it was severely damaged by the Patriot Act in the wake of September 11, 2001 attacks, the principle of habeas corpus is generally upheld in the United States. In absentia, I-N-A-B-S-E-N-T-I-A, during the absence of. In legal terms, a proceeding in which the accused is not present. Since the defendant has fled to Canada, this trial will take place in absentia, unless his lawyer offers a convincing objection. So we're going to stop episode 2 right here. Next week's episode is part 3. We're going to give you lots more of Latin phrases and words in English. So come back next week for the 3rd episode. See you next week. It's Herbert Lee saying bye for now.